Welcome back. The North are suddenly accusing Lagos State and so many southern states for getting larger share of allocation in terms of resources, in terms of earning over the North. They are complaining that Lagos always seems to have the lion's share of the cake. That in fact, if they look at the whole of the South, that the unfair sharing formula is why the North is in perpetual impoverishment. To them, they said Tinubu must take a look at the sharing formula. That how is it possible that Lagos State will be submitting a 2026 budget of 4 trillion, and meanwhile Zamfara is still submitting a budget of 400 to 500 billion? That this is totally unfair. Let me tell you, one thing about the North is very simple. They want to reap where they never sowed. This is why they keep shouting and keep calling out the one Nigerian anthem. The North are entitled and they want that position to be so nothing changes. Abia State, for a very long time, we have always known Abia to be one of the poorest states in the southeast. After Ebonyi, we take a look at Abia. But Abia did something significant in 2023. They elected a leader, a visionary one indeed. And today, Abia is seen as one of the fastest growing states in the south and, of course, in Nigeria at large. For the first time, Abia submitted a budget of over 1 trillion. Last year alone, Abia generated nothing less than 300 billion. Of course, it is still more than Zamfara. Zamfara submitted a budget of 460 billion last year. In 2024 into 2025, they only generated 26 billion. So you know who is feeding who. But the North are hungry. They are saying that why is Lagos moving too fast, leaving them behind? That every time the Nigerian government will loan money, the Nigerian government will have to give that money to Lagos. We have to give that money to Abia. We have to give that money to Ogun State. That they are the ones suffocating them. And these are the reasons why insecurity in the North today are thriving. That they have to be an equitable share of the resources. If you like say we don't reach that bus stop, where we go begin tell ourselves the truth. Zamfara just in less than 48 hours happily announced that they will have wedded 300 couples. They picked 300 girls, 300 men from the road, and they have married them Aurendole. In some cases, they will give them mattress and 100,000. Oh yeah, we're gonna go copulate, give birth. In the next 20 years, those children, 20 years, am I okay? In the next 13 years, those offspring of that marriage, you see them with AK-47. In the south, where you go and take a look at the Lagos State budget, Ogun State budget, Oyo State budget, go and take a look at what they allocate for educational subsidy. In Nigeria today, in the south, no matter how poor Nigeria is, the South still lead in every ramification when it comes to university basic education. UBEC. Yes. There is no northern state that can withstand the South, no matter how poor it is in the South. There is no northern state that can withstand the southern investment in education. You know, this is the problem that we have. I don't know the temerity, the audacity, these people sometimes, I don't know, maybe if they don't go smoke that they are suck away, their head go just they turn, they go just they, as in, it go just they scatter. You said Lagos State, the southern people are getting unfair share of the federal allocation. That this is why the northern governors are hungry. This is why Tinubu, I have always said it that no matter what you think you can do, the North are too dubious. You see, the insecurity that is going on in the North, they are fully aware of it, and most of them are fully in support of it. These people will organize a peace meeting. They will surround the bandit leaders and they will be clapping. All right? They will be jubilating, celebrating these bandit leaders. And meanwhile, they expect a southern president to be the one to solve the problem. You are complaining. Where is the resource coming from? Just last year alone, I said Lagos State generated 1.1 trillion. From that 1.1 trillion internal generated revenue, 350 billion was what Lagos State got. 350 billion was what Lagos State got. Or a little bit more than that. Zamfara generated 25 billion. Zamfara from federal allocation got nothing less than 180 billion from the federal purse, which of course includes the money that was made in Lagos. So they want the South to start thinking small. They want to start robbing the southern Nigerian Lagos with their small thinking mindset. They are afraid that the South, the Lagos, they are becoming too audacious. They feel that that thing that they earn from that national cake will be reduced the very moment Lagos State become very aggressive in their budget planning. Instead of the Zamfara commissioner, Zamfara state governors, northern state governors to go inside their boardrooms, go to their drawing board and see how themselves can begin to have internal generated revenue. I can today categorically tell you that bandits are earning more IGR in Zamfara than the state governor. I can categorically tell you that. I can categorically tell you that in Katsina, the same thing is happening. And the state governors cannot do anything about it. Today, the southern governors are saying that our peace is sacrosanct. Our peace is non-negotiable. Every element coming from the north with the intention to disrupt the peace in Lagos, Ogun, Abia, Enugu, no way. Who says that insecurity cannot be tamed? Shall I remind you, if you allow me, in Enugu State, when Peter Obi became the governor, what did he do? Immediately in the first 12 months as Enugu governor, Peter Obi faced some issues about the IPOP, but immediately he set up a central intelligence unit wherein he mapped out CCTVs across major bus stops and key border areas in Enugu State. Today, we know that the insecurity has reduced by at least 75%. Is that not an effort? Did Peter Obi say, let me start negotiating with those people that were disrupting the peace of the state? Did he? In the South, when they had the issue, they found solution to it. Where they were supposed to apply kinetic measures, they did. Where they are supposed to apply non-kinetic measures, they did. Today in the South, those boys that were troublesome in the early 2000s, Asari Dokubo, Ateketo, Tompolo, Asa Abuja, today are the ones that are standing gidigba. That if the terrorists, if they move mad into rivers, into anywhere in the South, they are gone. Of course, the same thing in the Southwest. You can see the OPC are saying it already, that these people are trying to come into our side. Our state governors, we are ready. I mean, these are our own riffraffs, but they are under control. They are under control and under lock and key. You know, if those Fulani elders that are arming guns, if they were fighting against those guys coming from Niger, the Jenim, the ISWAP, if you are fighting against them, we would understand that they are protecting their states. But these people are not ready to protect anything. They are rather joining because they have a cause, of course, to conquer, force their religion, which is to Islamize the country, on the long run, own the resources, on the long run, we become destitute in our own ancestral land. Chase that out. These are their agendas. We can see how it has been played in Middle Belt. We all know what Ahmadu Bello said, that they must dip the Quran into the Atlantic Ocean. So that Fulanization agenda is very, very much awake. This is why you will see that most times when we talk about the North threatening the South, the only thing they know they use to manipulate our governors, our president, is the vote, the numbers. But one thing Tinubu has been able to do is to demystify them. Tinubu has demystified the North so they don't like him anymore. A man that rode on the Muslim ticket has suddenly become one of their greatest enemies. Tinubu today is the worst thing that has happened to the North. If there's anything they wish can happen, is Tinubu to buy so that Shetima can take over. Nanugo, but that will not happen. That will not happen. Yes. Because we know that Tinubu has shown us how to play the game. Going forward, any Southern president that gets there, that will not wear the cap of this Southern agenda, Southern bigotry. You know, Tinubu is not even playing it well. But to an extent, it don't show us the way. Go there, carry the Middle Belt joint body. I keep saying it that if Jonathan had played this game in 2014, nothing would have happened. Yes. The militants would have stood Giriba. All Jonathan needed to do was to empower the Middle Belters. Push for state police. Yes, of course. The northern governors cannot continue to be the one that will be the clog in the wheel of our progress. Since they have decided that what they want to use their own money for is to be marrying off people, you know, just take 300, 500. The last time they did it in Kano, and you will see their northern influencers online defending, you know, this act that it is religious, that it is better off they marry them off than to let them become ashawo on the road. No, you can imagine that it is better that those people are in their husband's house giving birth than for them to get pregnant, than for them to become prostitutes. No, you can imagine. To an extent now that they are worried. Time that they are supposed to encourage their sons and daughters to go to school, be productive, they are marrying them off. Most of the age of those girls, most of them are 16. They're not 18. 16 years. That is what they are. It has now become a tradition. So now our own resources that we are sweating to make here in the South, you give it to them. When they've had enough, now we they spoil them now. We must get to that point that we are going to that point. I know we are getting there. We are getting there, just a matter of time. All these governors who are still pretending, most especially in the South, you know, they say, see, now don't they move. Today now, our Southern governors are meeting in Ogun State. And they will all agree that state police is about time to be established. I mean, I am so confident in that. State police will consist of only indigenes. If I go to Imo State, if they look at me, they will. It is right for them to ask me to show my identity card. There's nothing wrong in it now. In United States of America, you are asked to show your means of ID. Government have issued proof of means of ID card. You travel from Illinois into Florida. The Florida Police Department might just look at you like, oh, this guy knows justice. Oh, yeah, hello, come. Can you please identify yourself? Normal slang for America be that. Can you please identify yourself? They know, oh yeah, show us. Immediately they have their verifying POS or gadget. They scan it. Is this guy authentic? Oh, okay, fine, no problem. You can go. And they go stamp you say you did that country, that state at that time. No, no be say them say, no be say them say the southern governors are pushing for electronic identifications of people, of foreigners, even indigenous. Let us just be anybody residing, or you are there, they find you there, whether you are Ebola man, you are a scavenger, whether you're a cattle header. If you do not have a means of ID card, pick him up immediately. We have to get to that point. And all of these things can only be effective when we start having state police. I am so damn sure that the southern governors will come out in a consensus, in a voice of unity, that the Nigerian constitution must be amended to contain community policing because it is overdue. Those people that are having their children, their sons, their mothers, their daughters, every one of them being kidnapped on a daily basis, they don't want to call for state police. We will not open our eyes. If they want to be consumed by the monster they created, no problem. That's their own cup of tea. But we cherish peace, because it is only when there is peace there can be progress. And because we are progressive in nature, we are productive in nature, we are not those that will just sit down and lay by and expect manna to fall from heaven. We are not such people. The northerners will tell you to Allah ya isani. Allah ya isa. Well, now God, now God hand in it. God has an hand in it. No, in the south, what we want, we create. You have to create your future. These are our philosophy. And this is why I once again call for the peaceful disintegration of that Nigerian constitution. I did call for it. Let us take a look at that constitution. Let us destroy that constitution. Let us have a constitution that will talk, speak, translate, project who we are. Indeed, this is what we must do. The northern governors should better mind themselves. The era of maybe we go to fear them. No, that's not. How you going to compare, say, Lagos, they say Ogun State, they say Abia, most of these states are just using their budget to siphon money. Who is making the money? No, go. Let us have our resource control then. Let us have our resource control.
When in the position, in dey go do for northerners for getting place. So you see when they come and gaslight you and they tell you Tinubu should not do this for Lagos, you should not do focus on your place. Nobody go live in state come do for you. If you feel say na joke, put head make you see. And the person wey throw this sub, I was in a space with you when you dey say Shegumi get solution to the problem, that they should not arrest him, they should not kidnap, they should not send for him. Now you dey control sub at us say Yanagoa is the worst state capital you've been to. Some of una states no even get GIG. And I no get God is good transport to tell you how backward you people are. And I come from very poor states, very, very poor states. If we don't send una money, una no go fit chop. Una go die. Una no fit pay workers salary. Una no go fit pay teachers. Civil servants no go see food chop. So you don't have any right to come here and sub biasa. Just keep it to yourself. We know we'll do better. After all, when they create us, they compare us to Sokoto, Mr. Daniel. When Sokoto no follow from the beginning, we will just come. Leave us alone. Jonathan was there. They try to please all these Amadiri and these people. They build schools for them, but they don't want to go school. Why they suffer yourself? The one that they like to sugarcoat things. These people don't want to go to school. They are just looking for excuses for bad habits. Everybody has problem in Nigeria. There's no state you go to that there's no problem. Every state has their own problem. See, as small as Delta and Bayelsa. See, if I come here and talk about good luck, you classify all of us as Ijo. But if good luck is speaking, I don't understand what he's saying because we're from two different parts. in the Bayelsa, but we're Bayelsans who would. So every if you're telling me now that if they share Nigeria, how would you work? This we have our differences, but you know me say we go to kill each other. The problem what we're talking about is people killing people because of their beliefs or their way of life. You don't have rights to kill another person because they know they live like you or they will do some certain things to you. You feel it's not no, you don't get rights. All this killing and everything happening right now, it's coming from one part of the country. So it's I don't know why you come here and you want to sugarcoat it, you want to make it look like all these things when they do when a Niger Delta militants they worry Nigeria. Now we even get oil that time. We think we they fight for. Give us more. Una they bump us from here. Then una no wait to buy Tucano, abi Tucano plane and the rest. Una they drop bombs for villages where women and children dey. Obasanjo enter OD. He leveled the full community. He killed every living thing. That was the order. Go there and kill anything you see. Old women, young people, mothers and children, kill everybody. So I don't understand why e reach these people turn now they cut them slacks. We were here. This community, they had issues with army, they kill army. They go the community, they level the community. Only church now they leave standing. Till just now, as I'm talking to you, if you go to that place now, only church they only the church building they no bring down. Every other thing they brought it down. So why if you reach these certain people now they always the fear. I mean, na votes na the fear say election now then get population. Now make them they born anyhow. They know they gree go school. They no one package themselves. Nigeria is not fair to anybody. Everybody just dey try package their region, try package themselves to do better. Their entitlement for people that are contributing very little, their entitlement is too much.